Just spinning in circles. I don't know if the audio's working. I gotta see if we're actually live first. It says we are. Oh, we're live, and the audio's working. Good. Again, I'm not streaming with my usual service. I'm using the PlayStation broadcast, which is why there is the clear omission of the face cam, because you can't do that with PlayStation unless you buy like the PlayStation camera itself. But my remote plate's still not working, so I'm just gonna, you know, do some building in Trailmakers. And this is my current project over here. You can tell from the build mode. It's a very interesting design currently. And then if I do press, there's only a couple of binds right now, but if I press up on the D-pad, you'll see I go first person. I can hear the servo still trying to move. That's not good. I think that's what I'm hearing. I don't know why it's doing that. What is this set to? This is set to a 180 angle. Wait. It's just receiving the NOR gate. It shouldn't be receiving anything from this XOR gate. This is the bottom servos, which should only bend 90 degrees. Okay, I don't know why it's still making that sound, because these shouldn't move at all. The only thing that these should do is return back to their starting position. But yeah, this is first person mode. You're locked in first person because it's supposed to be a Titanfall mech, as indicated by the name up top left. However, I'm just running into some problems. Because the thing is, you can see from here. Wait, I'm actually gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna grab this table I built an earlier time, or this shelving unit here. Oh, wrong creation. Okay, now I'm grabbing the table again. Okay. What I'm gonna do is close this, hop out, and then stay on the table, go first person. As you can see, currently I mean, I don't have the hatch finished off, so you can see inside from the left and the right sides here, but if I was standing like head on looking at it, you can't see into the mech, but you can see out of it. It's just by using glass and then putting a decal over it on this side so that you can only see the decal from this angle. It's pretty much hollow from the back. That's kind of how this system's working right now. And I mean, I just want that to be how it works, because I want it to be accurate to the game. So that's what my current thing is. That's not really my main issue with the building of this. I'm also trying to get a very articulating joints. So as you can see, at least in the arms there, it has a forward and backward hinge right there. That's going to allow for like a butterfly movement of the arms, you know, forward and backward. And those are connected straight into the rotating servo, which is going to allow the arm to rotate up and down. And then I have the mechanical joints here, which is going to go in and out of the arms. I don't have any biceps swivels in there yet, just because I don't know if I can work those into it or not, and I don't know if I really need them. And then I just have a mechanical joint for the elbow with a slight bend to it currently. The hands are placeholders. I'm probably not going to use these actual pre-built mech hands on this build. And currently the thing on the back, it's the gun mechanism that I built for this mech, for BT here. It was originally this entire right arm was just the gun. That's why it has like an L shape to it. and there's like some aiming servos, so I was able to like aim the gun around. But I decided to just put that on the back for now and have 2 of the exact same built arms. And then also I tried to do the same joint system with the legs, except I need the leg joints to move in like 3 different axes. It's like pretty much just like the arms here, but the thing is I can't build the legs at a T-pose out. I mean, I technically could, I think, which I might have to do to get them to work the same, because this is like the kind of joint. Well, no, they'll still stick out too far then. You can see the arms stick way out. Like, that's the end of the shoulder. The start of the arm joints are way in there, and they still stick super far out. Right here is the center of the leg joints, and then it goes to the, that's like the butterfly movement of the leg. Which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it probably doesn't need to be there. I could probably just have like a swivel in the upper thigh to make the legs rotate like that. Although I don't know if I want it there or not, because my plan is to also make a very accurate control scheme to the game. Meaning, when you're in first person, you're aiming and everything, and also how you turn left and right, like this, is with the right joystick. So like this movement here, first person, the left joystick is how you do all this walking, left, right, forward, back. I'm trying to program that into that as well, and then the looking is with right, and on the right joystick, and then up and down is also right joystick. Which all has to be worked into this design. Because I'll grab my previous mech here, which was supposed to be like a Jaeger from Pacific Rim. And this thing's nearing 518 complexity. I didn't want to build this the most complex or the most giant. I just needed it to be big enough to look intimidating and to be able to have enough functionality to built in. But this one isn't a first-person locking, so if I use right on the joystick... Oh, hello, nearly rated. Looks really cool, mate. Thanks. I'm like still kind of new to this whole mech thing. This is, I mean, I put it on the shoulders of this Jaeger here. I put O2 because it was my second official mech I built in this game. And then this Titanfall mech is going to be my third one. My first one, unfortunately, doesn't really work anymore. If I go into here. This is my first one. It's a bit more clunky. This was built like 8 months ago or so. It's not super old. Maybe it's even more than 8 months, but it's been a long time. Tried making one, and I had a bit of a downside, so it did not work, so I deleted it. Oh, dang, that sucks. This one here, there's been some updates to the game physics, so it doesn't work anymore. But before, if I pressed left on the left bumper here, you see the arm just kind of turns and goes limp. That activates an aiming servo, which used to aim the arm, but now the arm just doesn't move. And I've tried messing with the strengths and stuff of it, but it just doesn't work anymore. So I don't know what's up with that. But this one's a bit more clunky. It had a walking built in. This walking like animation I kind of got from a YouTuber. I just slightly modified it. But it's a very slow walking, and it's a bit clunky. I think it used to work better, but like I said, the game has had some physics updates, which is why the arm aiming doesn't work anymore. Space it out more, maybe stuck on other blocks. Yeah, I've also looked at this. I've tried to like delete some blocks. I don't think it's getting stuck. It just is like limp. I don't know. It is only this is a fairly complex like system in here. The arm like has an outward, like an in and out bend, which is just this singular steering hinge back here, so that's like not the strongest one, but I don't know. Also, it might be the fact that it's connected to this servo in there to make the arms rotate. Because I also had block above the servo, like these ones. Because none of these, I don't think any of these should be interfering with it. I guess I haven't really tried messing with these, like, deleting blocks, because I've just messed with the, strengths and everything. I mean, I'll see if this works. That's like, I've never tried this, so I don't know. Nah, see, it just is like, it's still, like, limp. Like, the arm doesn't have enough strength, but I've also, I don't know if this is at max strength or not. Yeah, this is at max strength, and then the rotating servo, I've tried turning up to max strength as well. I don't think that worked. I mean, we'll see. No, it just, like, I don't know. Yeah, that was my thought process, but I'm wondering why they would change how the aiming servo works. Because look, doing this, the arm should be facing straight out right now. The arm should face straight out because I designed it to where the white part of the aiming servo is facing down. So if you were just looking straight, the arm would face forward. Because this has a full angle to it. Its speed is slow. Speed shouldn't matter, but I might turn this up, see if that does something. It was that slow because the game has problems with aiming servos being too fast. Oh! The speed. Maybe the speed was the problem the whole time. When it was high speed, the arm used to just shake so much so that's why I had it down to 0.3, but hey, changing the speed did something. I don't see how changing the speed of it should do anything because the dumbest thing makes it suck, lol. Why does it work? I never mess with the speed because that doesn't look like it should be the problem. Makes it work? Well, yeah, what? All I had to do was okay, let's try and put all the blocks back now. I don't even know what was over there. I'll just copy and paste from this side. Wait, the arms are different designs. This one doesn't even have the... What is happening? They were different designs entirely. I had, on the other side, or on this side originally, it was like 2 of these wedges. Oh, the game's getting laggy because I have quite a few high complexity builds. It looked like this. I don't know what I was doing. I must have been out of it when building this one. Oh. Yeah, it still looks like it works. It's a bit slower now for some reason. When you play, oh, this is PlayStation. I have it also on PC, but I don't have any of my like nice builds on PC. And I also don't have any DLCs on PC. I bought all the DLCs on PlayStation. This also does have a flight. That's also why I built it. It has flight. It wasn't built. I'm playing Xbox. Nice. I think I've heard the PlayStation and Xbox are very similar in terms of like how they work. It's same but for Xbox, lol. This one doesn't have an auto hover built into it because I wasn't that advanced when I built this. I didn't add any auto hover. So this is just like this. But I did build my first version of that Jaeger off to the right was actually supposed to be more like a Gundam. Even though I didn't change the design, I just had a flight pack on it instead. And this one does have a flight mode with an auto hover, so if I let go, it'll just kind of hover. It does float forward. I haven't fully figured out how to fix that, but I'll kind of pass this off as being complete. Currently working on a large-scale battleship with like 5 different pieces that connect with magnets. Ooh, nice. I've not messed with doing multi-part builds too much. Just because from my experience, they've been a bit glitchy. But I might mess with it at some point. Yeah, it doesn't have the strongest side-to-side gyro stabilizer, but it's a little laggy, yeah. I already have 2 side-to-side gyro stabilizers on this, so I don't really have the room to add more. I want to keep this thing very... Oh, hello, Leo. Oh yeah, this one just tips over a lot. It has a lot of weight on it. But this mech I really set out to put animations in, so it has, you know, some swinging. This is a older version, so it doesn't have all the animations. Nice mech, thanks. It has not all the animations that I added for my Jaeger one here, which I removed the wing pack. The underwater engines are for underwater movement, but this one has slightly different animations. It has like a more stab, and then also I can do swords. Same animations, just with swords instead. Sometimes when you connect multiple pieces, I made break the sound barrier. Then you kind of glitched. Yeah, that's the sound barrier is a. In this game, you break it so often just because of like glitchy builds sometimes. This one works fairly similar. I kind of have this problem with like making second versions of my builds and then improving on them way too much, because this one's almost inferior now to my newer one here, because this one has all these separate animations. It has lights also you can turn on. That's for more underwater stuff. And then it has, you know, the same, you know, has an EMP launcher under the arm. It's the weirdest way you've broken the sound barrier. Ooh. I think I've literally broken the sound barrier. Like, I think me and my friend were both in, like, regular cars or something. And I tapped his car, and I instant broke the sound barrier somehow and went flying. Yeah, but that was before the one of the physics updates in the past couple of months. It's a little bit easier to do now, though, with the new physics. It's not as often to go flying through the sky, but I don't recommend doing it with the waves on low. Yeah, I haven't built many boats either this game. I've only built like one, and it was for the Pioneers campaign. This one also, the walking animation, besides the arms is all me because I had to do them by myself. I pretty much copied like planes and boats. I built quite a few planes, but not boats. Walking animation with this one was actually taken, I would say directly from the template mech, the humanoid mech here, except I didn't like copy and paste it. I had this build out, the other build out, and I started like porting over the inputs and everything, and then I did modify it a little bit for mine. Once I got tapped from my friend's car and broke the sound barrier, so did he before the physics update. Yeah, that one, the old physics, I'm not sure if I like them more or not. I think the new physics are a bit better because it is a little less glitchy. But with how melee works now, like, it kind of feels like you're punching people in a dream. Because I'm going to use my punch on this one and see. Oh, I'm not close enough. Look, it just does nothing. It's just like I'm tapping him. Before, it would literally demolish both creations. Oh, that was a bit... Oh, that one did something. Look, these are doing something. But a lot of the times the punches are not good. It's fun to play with, but the new one helps when you're serious about building and not goofing off. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, these are my previous mech ones, or mechs that I've built. This one. And then this one's the one I'm currently working on. Oh, I gotta open this. Which has zero animations to it currently. It does nothing. It's just I just kind of laid out the joints and everything. I still think I might tamper with these ones here to do something a little different. My goal is to, like, when I turn to the right, I want the legs, instead of just using a gyro to like rotate me right, I want to have legs do the movement. which is what I've been struggling with. I have broken this barrier by driving a normal car on the Grand Prix race. Just went flying. Oh yeah, that I think. Yeah, I think I've done that before, but it was when I like touched the edge of the road, so there's like that slight bump where that red and white striped thing is. That one, I've like tapped it and just went flying off into space. Oh, if I could pull it up right now, I would, but I have. Oh, I have. I video clipped it. I was me and my friend were in the what is the Frozen Tracks campaign, and he like tapped my tank, and I just went into space. It's just gone. I was gone. I went flying out of the map boundaries and got respawned. This one here, I don't know what I'm doing with the bottom hatch. It's also really hard to work on when it's all clear. I can't really tell what's going on. I might just make them all visible again so I can make those clean again. But see, the reason they're glass is because first person, now I can't pretty much, I just can't see. Yeah, Trailmakers physics are janky. Yes, they are. They still are, but they're a bit better than they used to be. Done that yet, but I did make a really fast rock car and break the sound barrier or go flying into space at the same time. And flip at the same time. This was also before I could use stabilizers. Yeah. This one, I'm struggling with the joints. I mean, I want to like plan things out before I do them. That's what my that's why this is just kind of like this for now. I try to plan things out, but I feel like I work best if I just start placing blocks. Because this joint here is also not like, if I would use the regular old is it rotating servo? If I were to use this would be a more accurate joint to how the mechs are in as a Titanfall. But then you have to do the thing where you have an armor panel on the one side to like have a flat connection to connect these together. So that I'm gonna turn this up to 90. I don't have the new mech DLC yet. I need to make some more money first. Yeah, that one I knew I was gonna need it, so I had to save up. I was like, I gotta be able to buy this mech DLC when it comes out, so I saved up for it. I think that joint is gonna look better in the long run though, instead of the regular mechanical joint. Why are the legs offset? Oh, it's because the one has input going into it. Where's this one receiving input? This NOR gate. I have to have this NOR gate going in there. That's just for like the A stance it has right here. Other thing is, I'm struggling with trying to make a... I just don't know how it's gonna work. I'm thinking, like, I have to think about how to make the walking animation. With the knees not being able to bend too much because they're, like, digigrade. I think it's called digigrade knees. Or, like, legs. Because, you know, they, like, go back and then forward again. I think that's how it is. Do you play any other building games? Not really, no. I gotta go now, man. I hope I can watch the videos again. Thanks. Thanks for tuning in, chatting for a little bit. I appreciate it. Thank you. But I don't think I play any other building games. Hold on, I might have to pause the stream real quick to go into my PlayStation menu here. No, I don't have anything. I don't have any other building games I play. I do have Scrap Mechanic on my PC, but I just haven't played it much. Me and my buddy bought it, played the like story mode or whatever it is a little bit, and then we just kind of haven't touched it. Buy nearly? The other thing I kind of want is, I'm addicted to scrap mechanic. Yeah, I would really want to play it when I was younger. Like I'd watch videos, constant videos on it, because it looked so fun. I'd mainly been the people who build Transformers in the game, and that's mainly why I wanted the game. But, like I'd never be able to engineer something like that. Those are just ridiculously complex builds. Oh, I didn't even show this. I also have a zoom in, which is L2. That's how the game works. You zoom in when you press L2. So I have two camera blocks back here, one for the zoom, one for the regular view. The gun back here also I might try to engineer it to where the gun can be back here, and then my mech brings his arm back, grabs it. But there's only like a couple of ways to grab stuff right now, and that's either with anchor pins or magnets. Anchor pins would be the easiest, just because it sticks, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about it. But I wouldn't be able to reholster the gun on my back. I think it's just harder to build mechs in Scrap Mechanic than Trailmakers. Oh, probably. From what I remember about Scrap Mechanic, it's more so built to build cars. Like there isn't I don't remember seeing much non-vehicle related like cars or planes in that game. Even planes, I'm pretty sure were tricky, at least back when I used to see the game, because I don't know how it is now. I don't know if there's been like updates or anything. I might do this for the light joints. I also might, I don't know, am I going to be able to... Because like this servo, I wish it had a different versions of it, which had extra connection points on certain ones. Because this one could also work for the legs like this, but it would be at an off angle, because it's a singular block. Barely any updates. Yeah, I think that's what I've been hearing. Like, whenever people compare these two games, they always say, like, Trailmakers has a lot more frequent updates than Scrap Mechanic. But, like, this I could use. I don't know, because this only has a singular joint, and these are not... the small servo joints are not strong. I tested them on my previous mech that I had out a bit ago. They did not work well. They couldn't even hold the wings up. Like that wing pack I had on the back, they could not even like keep those from flailing around. It was not great, so that's why I had to replace them with mechanical joints. The only problem with these is they're already almost fully bent. The hard thing is Scrap Mechanic is you can only have one connection for parts that move. Oh. Huh. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that game. I don't really remember how I know the connection system is with like a tool in your hand. And you have to like draw the connections or whatever, and then you have to mess with them in there. Okay. Trailmakers is one of my like top games that I had taken a long break from it just to wait for like some more updates, but then I think it was the Frozen Tracks that came out, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start playing the game again. Yep. And then they added the mech update a couple months, like a month or two after the Frozen Track. Actually, the Frozen Tracks, how long has that been out? I feel like it's been out not that long, but it also seems like it might be a long time. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. The humanoid mech feet are just stand-ins for now. I think I'm gonna change them to something else because the Titanfall mechs don't really have, you know, humanoid feet. So I think I'm gonna replace them with something else at some point, but I'm gonna have to do that once I get the... Yeah, I kind of started to play less Trailmakers. Yeah, I did play it for like a long time. Then I had taken like a break or two here and there. Definitely this most recent mech I built, probably one of my best creations I've ever built in this game. My Iron, I built an Iron Man suit that has had so many different iterations until I finally wound up with this, which, you know, it does work. It's not the most humanoid looking one, but I tried to build it as small as I could. Also, I have so many creations that I've not messed with. These are actually my buddy's creations here. So is this truck. But this, ooh, how long ago did we get this game? Because he bought it first, and then he's like, yo, you gotta buy this game. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, it's 50% off. I'm like, oh, bet, I'll buy it. And then we've just... I did try to build a GTR. I gave up on this at one point. This GTR is the... I gave up on this. This was something I downloaded. This isn't mine. Some of these creations aren't mine in here. I just kind of save random things. But me and him, we bought this game well before the Airborne and Pioneers. I think Airborne came out first though, before Pioneers, because yeah, Pioneers was like the big 2.0 update. We've had the game longer than that. Wonder if these are colliding in any way with this operator seat. They might be. Still not sure if I should try to build these so that it's in the closed position. And then have it open. Because the top one was originally built in the open position, but then I realized I should probably just build it in the closed position like this. And then, I don't know, I just need to fill in these gaps. I don't like the look of that. It needs to be something decent. I think I've had Trailmakers for 6 or 6.5 years. Yeah. I don't know if I've... Ooh, have I had it that long? I don't think so. I don't know. I got it so long ago, though. It's like that does fill in the gap there. But that's not like the type of angle I want there. It's not accurate. My problem with building stuff in this game is I think I'm better at building stuff when I'm not basing it off something. Because I'm struggling with building this mech. By the way, can I join the server? Maybe another time. I do kind of want to do a multiplayer stream where I let like make a public server and let people join. I'm not good at building stuff. I just goof around. I used to be like that until I decided to lock in. I still goof around though, but only if other people are, only if my friends are playing with me. Oh no, that was the death thing I built. I need to figure, I don't know, maybe I connect this with these. It's just not the most accurate way to the game, how the the hatch is open. Unless I used this like this maybe? Because then just this central point would actuate. This would stay fixed, and then this would move. That might be what I need. Hold on, I might do this. If I move this, rotate it, flip it, and then put something in the center to connect it. This is a placeholder. This does start closed, so it wouldn't need it to be connected to an... Oh wait, it's not connected to a NOR gate? I thought it was. Oh, it needs to be connected to a NOR gate. But what is this one connected to? This NOR gate. It doesn't open enough, but that's probably just due to the angle I have set to these. Yeah, it's only at a 90% angle. We'll do 180. It might be a little too much for it. I don't know, that is kind of accurate though. And then I press up. Oh no! Oh no! I forgot it doesn't need to be connected to the XOR gate anymore. It does not need to be connected there. This just disables that, and then this is connected. Okay, that should be good now. Okay, closes properly. And now I can build it in the closed position. That way I can see what it's going to look like when it's closed. Oh, I just now realized these small servos are actually really nice. Because the thing with steering hinges is when you would use them in their like if you would have them do a full 90-degree bend, the blocks they don't sit fully centered. I don't know if I have a build to like show that, but oh, what was that loading screen? I've never seen that before. Interesting. I don't know if I have anything that has those at a 90. Maybe one of my Star Wars builds. Hold on. This is one of my... Man, my AT-AT. I wish I could make it walk. I might be able to now because they've slightly changed some stuff since I built this. But this isn't that old. I just wish I was able to have this thing walk. Let me try and find some with the fully bent... My Zeta interceptor. This is my own home-cooked design for a starfighter. Well, it is an interceptor, so more so an interceptor. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it down there. Maybe... Oh, hold on, I might have to put this on like a stilt. Plate the panel. Take this 1x4. We'll do this. Look, this servo, you can see the top of that hinge, the top of this wedge right here is actually higher than that servo's base, the steering hinge's base. So you wouldn't get perfectly 90-degree angled things because they'd be off-centered. They are 90 degrees, but they aren't centered on the block. So that's another good thing about the new servos is they stop that from being a thing. Then I got my X-Wing, my TIE Fighter, and then my Star Destroyer, which I never finished. It was a prototype. See, I think the standing here, I think it looks fine. I think it's a nice design. I think we're going to do this. I think I'm going to change it to this design. So I don't know if I'm going to use one of these down here instead to be like a thigh swivel. Because what I want is... Here, I'll just put this with a right on the right turning. Or no, I'm going to do this for stand-in. What does... Okay, what I want to happen is when I'm trying to turn right with the right, like, because this is how you're going to be playing with this cleared and opened. When you look to the right, you're going to turn the whole thing right, but it's not going to be done by a gyro. Because if it's done by a gyro, then you aren't going to be able to aim like this. Because I'm going to have the gun be on aiming servos, and aiming servos only work if your camera can move. Now, the way this camera can move, because it's on a joint, or it's on a, whatever it's called. The only way for this is to move is for the, like, the reason this has to move is because the aiming servos also have to aim. That's what I'm trying to say. But when I press, like, right, I want the mech to physically take a step to turn right. So if I'm out of first person here, that I want to do that, and then I want the left leg to, you know, do the opposite maneuver. So I'd want this one to also do that, but on like a slight delay. So it would do that, and then they would straighten out. As you can see, they now turn independently. Probably because there isn't enough weight on the legs. Because I want it to take a step, and then have that one return. Man, this is very difficult. This is like an engineering nightmare. Let's just turn up the servo, the gyro stabilizers. It's gonna have to be slower so that the friction can actually, you know, do something. Gotta go. Thanks for hanging around and chatting a little bit. I appreciate it. You have a good one. How does that look when it's opened? Okay, it does slightly clip into that, which is a slight problem. I'm not sure. I mean, that should be open anyways, because with the design of this, of the Titanfall mech, BT7274 that I'm working on, it does kind of have like an open area down there, just because it goes into the mid section, which is a very skinny part. I might disable the first-person camera for now, though. So I'll just do that, because I want to be able to see what this looks like that. Oh. I could have shoulder-mounted guns that are with aiming servos. I mean, I'm gonna have shoulder-mounted guns because he has the, at least with the starter loadout, you have the missile pods that come up from the shoulders and fire. So that I'll be able to... And that gun, I don't know if I'm gonna have him do an animation, because the only way to have it like be able to go from the back to the hand and then back to the back again is to be able to use magnets. That is the only, like, I think, way to be able to do something like that. Because or else it'll just be super glitchy. I mean, magnets are still glitchy, but that would be a fixed point. And I wish we had a smaller magnet. Like, why don't we have a smaller tractor beam? Why can't we have like a 1x1 or a 1x2 version of it? Why does it have to only be the 2x2x2? The mech hand actually does perfectly line up with this, the rounded part of his arm. I think he does have a fully rounded arm. But that is... The only annoying part about the fully rounded arm there is that I can't hide any logic there. And I mean, I have a couple of screenshots from the game on my phone here that I'm looking at through the PlayStation app. And his fingers are the most probably the least. I mean, they're not going to be that important, I guess, because it's a small part of the design. But the humanoid mech hand doesn't work because BT only has 3 fingers and a thumb. He doesn't have 4. And there's not going to be an easy way to fit 3 fingers into a 2x2 space if I build them myself using, like, steering hinges. I'll only be able to fit 2. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the fingers yet. I don't know if I'm going to use this or if I'm just going to go with a 2-finger design. With, like, having 2 large hinges, or steering hinges. Like, I think I'm gonna just go with, like, these. And then also have a thumb. I mean, that's not as long as it should be anyways, but I think I might just do something like this. And then do, like, those, or I don't know. I'm gonna do something with it. I've looked also at I've looked at some other people's Titanfall 2 mechs. I have them downloaded somewhere. Yeah. Vanguard class Titan by that person. I'm assuming this was somebody else who uploaded it. But, I'm confused. Okay, first of all, I'm not sure why these have triple hinges and that's only a double hinge. But I did look at this guy, like these other designs, to see how they did the face like this. I'm not gonna do anything like this. See how they built him? They have a rotating servo and then they have some large hinges for the arm movement. And then they just have the gun already in his hand. And then something which is odd about this is I think there's like a button you press. Because like you saw how it weirdly turned. This has a weird angle or a weird compass on it that does something. I don't understand it fully. Alright, the hinges got stuck. There's a button on this. You know, you see it just like auto-rotated. And then this is the walk. First of all, this stance is interesting. Oh wait, what? The both legs... Wait, what is happening? Nope, not that. One of these does it. Oh no, this one just rotates the angle sensor so you rotate your character. I might have to do something like this instead of having it be on the right, the look joystick. I don't know what I'm doing yet fully. But I don't know. I'm not really using any of this design for mine. I'm trying to do my own thing because also I'm not saying anything bad about those designs. Because they are accurate in their own design. They're in their own way, and they did spend a lot of time on those, I know. But I'm going for a bit different of a design. I'm going for I would say hyper-realistic, but I think it's just the design in my own building way. It's like my building style. I'm gonna go for the design in. which is why I'm opting for like all these different, like the mechanical joints and the butterfly hinges, all those extra joints that I have built in. I think I'm just gonna have to have the gun be built into his hand, like others, like most other designs for this, because, well, I don't know. I'm probably gonna attempt the whole double magnet design I want to do. I want to have like one magnet here, and have this start only being attached by a detachable block so that the second you spawn in, it'll detach and the magnet on the back will grab it to hold it in place. And then I'll have this arm reach back, grab it with a magnet, and then this magnet will let off, allowing the arm to rotate back around and have the gun in his hand. And the way to keep being able to control that is by also using the new radio senders and receivers. Those I might want to do something with, because I'll still be able to control this gun as long as I have these radio senders and receivers on my build. And I'll only need one. I only need two, like one radio sender, one radio receiver, because all I need the gun to do is shoot. The aiming, I think I'll build in. Yeah, I don't think you can have disconnected aiming servos that still function. But I'll have the aiming servos somehow built into the arm. And then I'll just need like this to do that. I might start just like experimenting with something like that now. It's like this would be like this, and then I'll have to just grab the gun. Move it one back so it's disconnected now. And then grab a... Oh, where's the detachable block? I think it's in movement. Yeah, here. I'll just do this, place that there, and then connect it with a panel, I guess? Although that's not ideal. And then I want this tractor beam to be on by default. So I'm going to grab a NOR gate as well, which will just have this magnet start on. I also have to have the NOR gate go out to this detachable block. There we go. Why did that break? Why did the magnet not work? Because I somehow detached the magnet. Okay, see? It instantly grabbed it the second it detached. And then as long as I have a... Where is it? A radio... I haven't placed these yet. I haven't done anything with these radio senders and receivers. So if I use this radio sender, and I use it on... Let's just say channel 5. Ooh, that wasn't right. Channel 0.5? No. Channel 5. We'll just do that, and then we'll do this channel 5, and have this be an R2, and then have this go out to these guns. Now if I press R2, it'll shoot, even though that is not attached to me in any way. Let's just see if I can get this hand. Here, I'm gonna remove these two blocks for now. And let's try something here. I'll grab a magnet, place it here. Yeah, L1 toggle input, do that. But have it delayed by a good 2 seconds. And then also we need... Okay, this is going to be complex. We'll grab an XOR gate. I'll just plop all this on the magnet for now. We pretty much need this XOR gate to do a full rotation of this arm. And then we'll have this be on L1. That's gonna have to be on a toggle. This is the right arm, so R1 is, or L1 is an interesting choice. And then we'll have this NOR gate also be, actually we're gonna have this XOR gate send a signal. No, because we want it to be on a toggle. I don't know, let's just see what L1 does right now. Okay, rotates the wrong way. Okay, let's flip this to a -1 input. And then I think we're also going to have to do less than a -1, and then we're also going to do a input there. Okay, that's a visual glitch. Let's see if we do L1. Okay, the elbow bent backwards. Why did the elbow bend backwards? Because isn't this hooked up to green? Oh, it's because I switched it to a negative input now. So we're going to have a separate XOR gate for this mechanical joint. And we're going to have it do a positive input. Oh, that's almost perfect. Oh my gosh! Okay, we need this to deactivate with, let's say, L1 toggle. Ah, but it needs to be on a delay, but then it can't delay because if it delays... Alright, this one's a bit of a problem. Because I think if you do a delay at the start, it won't instantly... Oh no, it does instantly grab. Okay, I forgot I had the other one at a 2-second delay. So we need this to be a 2-second, like a 2.1 second delay. Let's try this. Oh my gosh, I have the gun. I don't have it at the right angle, but I have the gun. And I can still shoot it. Yeah, the only problem is I can't put it back. There's no way to put it back. Because it instantly drops it. But that is a proof of concept. I am able to draw the gun. I'm able to draw the gun. It works. I'm able to bring back, grab the gun, bring it forward. I have the gun right now. That is neat. I've never done something like that before. Huh. That is actually one of the best things I've ever done in this game. No, I'm not joking. Because it's somewhat simple, but not really. But also it is. But I don't know if this is going to be a thing I'm always going to have, because it's going to have some... it's going to be kind of complex logic to also put the gun back. It does stick up currently. And it's just really hard to like visualize what it's gonna do until it does it. So like currently when I bring the arm back, It doesn't rotate nearly far enough. You can see? Or does it? Does it rotate too much? To where the gun... No, because the gun needs to be able to... I'd almost need the gun to do a little bit of like of a transformation or something. Like I'd almost need it to like rotate 90 degrees outward. I don't know, and then that's annoying because that's gonna... I don't know, it goes away. It's just a visual glitch at first. Oh, I caught it. I mean, it does switch back and forth like I'd want it to. Alright, what? When did this happen? I don't know. Sorry, I was looking at something on my phone. That might be where I ended. This might be where I'm at my stream today, just because, I mean, I didn't do too much work on this. I have, I mean, I redid the bottom hatch for the... Alright, I want to disable this. I want to go back to before this was a thing. Actually, I think I just can... I think I can just delete the NOR gate, right? Great. Deleted. And I'm also gonna deactivate these. So an L1 input won't do anything. Oh, L1 still... Okay, never mind. L1 does do something. Because this NOR gate... Wait. Oh, the detachable block is still hasn't... I mean, hey, we'll just dump the gun off. You can still shoot it, though. You can still shoot it. I still might do something with that. I know there's a lot I want to do with this mech, I just don't want to do it. There's so much to do with it. So many animations, so many different features I want to work into it. Okay, we'll just save this for now, and I'm going to wrap the stream for today. Hope you guys enjoy. I will be trying my best to stream again very soon. I did have a schedule of Thursday and Friday, but then my main way to stream was by using on OBS on my laptop, and then just using Remote Play to play my PlayStation games on there, so that I could have a stream with like overlays and everything, and a face cam too, but that's the less important thing. But I wish I could still stream like that, and that's why I haven't been streaming as much, because my Remote Play doesn't work. But I do try to stream every Thursday and Friday currently. So that is when I would say keep an eye out. Or just turn on post notifications, get notified when I stream. That also will help, because I might be spontaneous and do random streams at random intervals. Who knows? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate anyone who did stop by, even if it was just for a minute or two. Or if you stayed the entire stream. Any amount of time you guys tune in is greatly appreciated. And thank you to anybody who chatted. I also greatly appreciate talking to you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.